All right, thank you, Sourin, for leading our table topics section for today. As timer, everyone was in time, so I will be putting all the names and everyone's topics, and we can go ahead and vote for best table topic speaker. Be sure to include your first and second choice and send those votes over to Noah individually. And so since we're a smaller group, if you do vote for yourself, be sure to vote for someone else. But I think that's implied when we say vote for a first and a second choice. And we will have about 30 to 40 seconds to send those votes in. All right, well, we're finishing up sending those votes in. I will say I really enjoyed those questions. I think because we're all UGA students, it was a great way to get a sneak peek into everyone's lives and what their daily routine is like. And for that last table topic, Scott, when you said like by 11, oh my gosh, in my head, I'm thinking that's the time when I like official bedtime, but then it ends up being later than that. So, you are good with your schedule. So at least I'm I don't feel, from my perspective, don't feel guilty about having an 11 p.m. bedtime. But with that, we will go ahead and transition into our evaluation section. Our general evaluator for today is Joanne Sheats. Joanne, take the stage.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. It has been a great meeting. My role today as general evaluator is to evaluate the overall meeting and ask the evaluation team for their reports. I will start with the evaluation team. Our grammarian, Noah, would you give your report, please?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joanne. So as a grammarian, I'm responsible for just noting any grammatical errors or any run-on sentence or any things of that nature. I did notice a few run-on sentences and transitions, but the one thing I noticed throughout the meeting is that they got much better. I guess as people, got a little bit more comfortable just answering the questions, I noticed that it got a little bit better, but the things I want to emphasize on is using transitions such as so or but as filler words to buy time instead of just maybe taking a pause and starting your next sentence. I think that's a very important thing because if I'm not sure, I think almost everyone has did that except for Miss Joanne. With that being said, that is it. That is it for me. If you would like a detailed evaluation of your grammar, you can DM me and I'll provide it for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah, for your report. Now for the all-counter report. Courtney, if you will share with us your report.
Perfect, yeah. So I just took the main filler words that I caught with each person. So for Tricia, it was so, just, and like. For Slate, it was For Scott, it was and For Sourin, it was like, so, and I didn't get Justin because I think he left early. And then for Noah, it was like, and I didn't count any for the little snippet Joanne gave us. And that was pretty much it. And I thought people really did a great job with filler words. I mean, I did count a few with each person, but it wasn't easy to necessarily pick out who's had the worst filler words. So you guys are doing a great job. I felt like a lot of people got into like the story mode and it felt very natural and it felt like, they didn't need to use filler words as much. So I thought that was really cool.
Thank you, Courtney, for your report. I agree. I like that. And finally, our timer for today, Tricia, if you will let us know how we did on time.
Yes, so for table topics, I included the times with people's names and the topic that they chose, but everyone was in time. I think I was the one furthest, like almost about to cross over into the 30-second. I think because I just wasn't checking my phone off, and then I turned, like, oh wait, I'm approaching that deadline. I need to wrap this up. So otherwise, everyone was in time. Great job.
Thank you, Tricia. I think it's hard to time your own self as you talk. Thank each of you for your report. I think that you all had an excellent meeting today. I really liked the table topics. They were well organized, Sourin. They were presented very well. I like the visual. I like seeing the question on the screen so I can read it. I'm less apt to forget what I'm supposed to be asking. So I think you did a great job with that. And for the times before now, I really like that. I like that concept of putting them on the screen. Those questions were provoking and informative. It made us think. As I listened, I'm thinking, I'm not in class, but my gracious, some of these apply to me right now. There were a couple of phrases that I heard that I really liked. Courtney said, not very vegan friendly. I liked that. And then Sourin said, get rid of the bad juju. I thought those were nice additions to the conversation today. Overall, it was an excellent meeting. As before, I enjoy seeing the way you all jump in and fill roles if nobody can complete their role or if nobody's here to do it. You do an excellent job with that. With all of that, I will return the meeting to Toastmaster Tricia.
Thank you, Joanne, for the awesome evaluation. Before I pass the stage off to our president, feel free to give evaluations specifically to those of us who had major roles. So to me as Toastmasters, to Sourin as Table Topics Master, to Miss Joanne as GE. I think that's something that we've been slightly lacking on, making sure to ask after each section to give, or for the general audience to give evaluations to the person who had led the section. So I think that's just a great way to not only for us to improve, but just to also like keep track, because I know we've been together as a group since the summer, and sometimes it can be easy to fall into habit, but I think having knowing that you have to give some feedback to someone helps you stay on top of the meeting and pay just a little bit more attention, you know. With that, I think that's it from me today. I like the questions, very, very relatable as a UGA student ourselves. But with that, I will now turn the stage over to Slate for announcements and closing remarks and role signups.
Thank you, Tricia. First, I'd like to start. Noah, do you have the results of best and second table topics?
Yes, could you give me a second to count?
Yeah, that is fine. Yeah, I'll start with role signups for next Monday. I will share my screen. I think I actually forgot to check for screen sharing privileges today. When you get a chance, Noah, can you give me screen sharing privileges?
I can provide those, but I was able to count up the tallies for the vote.
Okay, yeah, you can start with that if you're ready.
Okay, so coming in first place for table topics, we have Tricia.
Hey.
Tricia. Coming in second place for table topics, we have Scott. Good job, Scott. And that is it. That is all of our votes.
Thanks for tallying up the votes, Noah. Congratulations to Tricia and Scott. I think they did great. I will now go back to sharing my screen for role signups for next week. There we go. Let me know if it's not sharing correctly. I'd like to thank everyone again for this week's meeting. I think we had a great table topics meeting, and I'd like to thank Joanne for signing up for General Evaluator again. With that, we can sign up for next week. We do already have Justin, who unfortunately did have to leave early. He sent me a private message on Zoom letting me know that he was having technology issues and other things going on. He had to leave this meeting early. He did say he's going to sign up for speaker 1. I know Tori voiced interest for speaker, So we still have 1, maybe 2 speaker positions, as well as every other role. So most everyone has done many meetings, so I don't think there's much reason in this meeting to go in super detail. So as usual, if you'd like a particular role, feel free to shout it out. Otherwise, I'll just go down the roll asking for specific ones. We have Toastmaster open, lead the meeting, do table topics, and I think we're expecting at least 2 to 3 speakers. So this would be a regular 30-minute allotment, not a table topics meeting like today. General evaluator, and then 2 to 3 evaluators, and the reporter roles. So what would you like to for next Monday, Sourin?
I can evaluate.
You said you want to be evaluator?
Yeah.
Sounds great. Thank you. Who else? Do you want to be table topics for next week?
I could do table topics for next week's slate.
Okay. Sounds great. That was Tricia, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Scott, I think I started to see you raise your hand. Was that for table topics or for another role?
Right. Well, actually, actually, say, was wondering, do you guys still have room for one more speaker for next week? Or?
I think we do. Yeah, I think you like to give a speech?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, please.
Yes.
Can I be put down as an evaluator? This is
Yes.
Courtney.
Can, Courtney. Thank you. And thanks for saying that, because you know when you're sharing your screen, you can't see everyone unless you make it huge. Appreciate it.
I can be.
Courtney. And what role would you like, Noah?
I can be general evaluator.
Awesome. Noah for G. Okay. And I think that is everybody. And Joanne, as always, you can just let us know if you wanted a particular role like you did for this meeting.
Okay,
That's always welcome.
I would love to. I'm unable to attend next Monday, but I'll be glad to jump in the following Monday at one point or another.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right, I think that's everyone here. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for Toastmaster myself and put myself for speaker for the following week. And I think that'll work out. So we'll just have to get possibly one more evaluator in the reporter roles. Thanks, everyone. I'll stop sharing my screen and then quickly go over my closing remarks. So I think Sourin did a great job. I loved when people do their own spin on it. We saw one somewhat similar to this before. If a few of you, it might only be Tricia that would remember this, maybe one more, but fellow Toastmaster FR did one in the past, Tricia, if you remember. So I think I felt some similarity to this one. No disrespect FR, but I think this one was a little more fluid in terms of how you picked off everyone's responses. It wasn't so structured that it had to go down one path. You did a great job of picking off. Like, for example, when I mentioned it was a math class or something. So I think just the whole theme of it was really cool, and especially relatable given we are UGA club. So great job all around there, and especially the responses you gave after each one of them. That's that. Just voicing again what Joanne said is GE. Great job, Tricia, picking up timer. Feel free to offer it to me or someone else that didn't have a role, if any of concern. And otherwise, I think we did a good job. We are ending about 20 minutes early, which is fine since we were doing only table topics. Maybe we could have done a couple more questions. I know it can get a little bit much because that's pretty much a straight hour of table topics. Some people love that. Some people would rather wish they didn't come to the meeting. So I think we had a good balance today. And I think that'll do it. I think I will go ahead and close it out after just mentioning, I will go ahead and say, we will make a more official announcement with some Google Forms to show interest, but I just want to say again that VPE is vacant and we are looking to fill that. So if you have any interest in that, you can go ahead and shoot me a quick private message on GroupMe or text, just letting me know, showing you some interest. We'll probably do some interviews and just nominate that position. that is my main. Oh, and also if you haven't paid your dues, please see Tricia about that. I will now pass it off to Noah, close out the meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out despite midterms week. Thank you so much, Joanne. We love seeing you come out. And with that being said, this meeting has been adjourned. Good luck, everyone.